Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ryan back with a brand new video. Today we're talking about day 2 of the Motogp 2017 pre-season test, and once again it was Top Gun Mav top of the timing sheet. So 1:29.9 meant that he ended the 2 days testing on top. In second position, but closely followed, was the Repsol Honda squad of Marc Marquez. He did a lot of laps on the 2016 bike before moving on to the 2017 bike to compare the two differences. The third place man was the first Ducati of Andrea Dovizioso, who topped the session for quite a bit in the middle part of the afternoon session, but he ended up ending the day just 4 tenths behind Maverick Vinales. The first Suzuki, and a poor day for Iannone. He had a crash at turn 12 which brought the red flags out. He also had a big whack on his hand and his back. Now, he did fracture and break his vertebrae in his back in Mazzano, so he was obviously very worried that maybe it could have been him damaging that again. But luckily he didn't. He got out there in the second part of the afternoon test and fired in his lap time to get him into 4th. The second Repsol Honda was Danny Pedrosa in 5th, ahead of LCR Honda Cal Crutchlow in 6th position, equaling Valentino Rossi's time in 7th as well, both 7 tenths off the top slot. In 8th position was Jorge Lorenzo. He did run the GP17 all day today, so I was a bit surprised to maybe see him a little bit further down than what I expected him to do yesterday, but it's all still in the pipeline. In 9th position was a strong showing for Aprilia and Aleix Espargaro, who ended the session inside the top 10, ahead of rookie Jonas Folger, who pipped his teammate to the top 10 position. Now, Folger worked very hard all day. He's getting faster, and I have to say I'm very impressed with Jonas Folger. Zarco was 11th, as I said, just being pipped by his teammate, with Jack Miller in 12th. Scott Redding came home in 13th position on the Pramac GP16, with Alvaro Bautista come home in 14th position. Hector Barber rounded out the top 15 in the test today, setting a time 1.2 seconds down on Maverick Vinales' time, just ahead of Michele Pirro and Pol Espargaro on the KTM, the first KTM on that list there in 17th position. Tito Rabat in 18th before Loris Baz and Bradley Smith, who had a crash near the end of the session at the final corner. Eugene Lavity, the test rider for Aprilia, in 21st position, and Carol Abraham, whose session got ended very quickly after an electrical issue for him that meant that he could not run the bike as it could not be fixed. In 23rd position was the Suzuki test rider Tsuda. A lot of laps has been done by him this weekend, but the big talking point is Alex Rins, who had a big crash at turn 12 as well, and it has been unconfirmed, but that's the rumours at the moment. We're going to get an official press release from Suzuki very soon, but he has broke his T9 and he has fractured his T9 and T12 vertebrae in his upper back and could be out for a month. So that's all I'm getting at the moment. That's all we know. But Alex Rins suffering a nasty crash on his second day on the MotoGP bike, which could mean he will be on the back foot for the rest of the pre-season testing. Rounding out the field, obviously not classified, was Sam Lowes. He had a crash yesterday in turn 12 and said better for him to sit out of today's session and just focus on the 3-day test that they've got in Jerez next week. Now, also today in Jerez was the first day of the Moto2 and the Moto3 World Championship test. Now, there is no live timings on here now because it's all finished. However, as I looked at it, Romano Finati was leading the way in the Moto3 and Takaaki Nakagami was leading the way in Moto2. Check out our Twitter for more information on Alex Rins and the Moto3 and Moto2 results. I'll post them on the Twitter, so just check out for them. They might already be up by the time this video is, so I'll pin the tweet. I'll put the top 3 in MotoGP, the top 3 in Moto2 and the top 3 in Moto3. But that is it for today. The 2-day testing has been done and dusted for MotoGP. The first day has been done and dusted for Moto2 and 3. We had some new riders on bikes. We had Danny Kent on the Suter. We had Brad Binder and Miguel Oliveira on the KTM. We had Johnny Hernandez in there. We had Powie and stuff like that. So it's all pretty exciting. Let me know down in the comments, what was your biggest surprise? Was it Vinales on the Yamaha? Was it Lorenzo on the Ducati? Was it even Iannone on the Suzuki? Let me know down in the comments. We'll be sure to answer all of your questions. And yeah, that is it for the 2017 test. The next time they'll be out is February for the Sepang test as an official test. There is private tests planned for Yamaha and Honda, but they are all next week. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.